Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Arjun Chaudhary. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Thursday, the 25th of December. Will follow zero tolerance policy against BODO militants, says India's Interior Minister. Pakistan to form special courts to try terrorism cases. And Christmas celebrations marked with fun and gaiety across South Asia. And now for all the details. The Pakistan government has decided to intensify its crackdown against the Tehreek-e-Taliban. Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif said the fight will continue until the last terrorist is eliminated from the country.
Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif chaired an all-party meeting in capital Islamabad on Wednesday to finalize the action plan against the Pakistan Taliban. Prime Minister Sharif said the prevailing situation in the country calls for the strictest action against militants following the recent Peshawar school attack.
मैं दहशतगर्दों को कौम का फैसला सुना रहा हूं कि अब तुम्हारे दिन गिने जा चुके हैं। हमारे बच्चों को निशाना बनाकर हमारे मुस्तकबिल पर हमला करने वालों के लिए यहाँ कोई जाए पनाह नहीं। पाकिस्तान की सरजमीन तुम्हारे लिए तंग हो चुकी है। तुमने हमारे मासूम बच्चों का लहू बहाकर पाकिस्तानी कौम को जो दर्द दिया है उसका मुंह तोड़ जवाब दिया जाएगा।
He also announced the formation of special courts in the country to try terrorists.
माजी में दहशतगर्दी की संगीन वारदातों में मुलव्विस मुजरम कानूनी निज़ाम की बाज़ कमज़ोरियों के बायस सज़ा से बचते रहे। लिहाजा फ़ौजी अफसरान की सरबराही में अब स्पेशल ट्रायल कोर्ट्स कायम की जा रही हैं ताकि ऐसे जराइम का इर्तिकाब करने वाले अनासर बिला ताख़ीर अपने अंजाम को पहुँचाए जा सकें।
Lauding the role of neighboring Afghanistan in combating terror in the region, Prime Minister Sharif said both countries have agreed not to allow militant groups to operate from their respective soils.
हमारी टेरिटरी को इस्तेमाल करके अगर अफगानिस्तान में किसी किस्म की कार्रवाई की जाती है हम सख्ती के साथ निपटेंगे और उन अनासर के खिलाफ सख्ती के साथ कार्रवाई करेंगे और इसी तरह से अगर अफगानिस्तान के साथ इस किस्म की कार्रवाई होती है तो फिर वो भी सख्ती के साथ निपटेंगे।
Pakistan Army and security forces have stepped up action against the TTP after it claimed responsibility of the Peshawar Army school attack last week, which killed 142 people, mostly students.
India's Interior Minister Rajnath Singh visited northeastern Assam as the state remained on high alert following a string of militant attacks. The death toll in the brazen strikes has touched 75 after 6 more bodies were recovered on Thursday.
Rajnath Singh visited the Sonitpur district on Thursday to take stock of the ground situation. The federal minister was accompanied by Junior Interior Minister Kiren Rijiju and Tribal Affairs Minister Jual Oram. Calling it an act of cowardice, Singh said India will maintain a zero-tolerance policy against the outlawed National Democratic Front of Bodoland or NDFB militants who carried out the attacks.
इस घटना को मैं एक साधारण मिलिटेंसी के द्वारा की गई घटना नहीं मानता हूं, बल्कि इसे मैं एक्ट ऑफ टेरर मानता हूं। और टेररिज्म के प्रति जैसा जीरो टॉलरेंस की पॉलिसी हमने अडॉप्ट की है, वही पॉलिसी इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ भी हम अडॉप्ट करेंगे जो इस प्रकार का नरसंहार करते हैं, इस प्रकार का मैसेकर करते हैं, उनके खिलाफ भी इसी प्रकार की कठोर कार्रवाई की जाएगी।
The districts of Sonitpur and Kokrajhar came under terror attacks on Tuesday when BODO militants attacked and killed scores of villagers, including women and children. Eyewitnesses said the insurgents opened indiscriminate fire at the victims. Assam continued to remain on the edge after fresh attacks on Wednesday fueled retaliatory violence and protests by the tribals. The Bodoland militants have been long engaged in an armed conflict with the administration demanding a separate homeland for the Bodo tribe of Assam. The northeastern province has more than 30 major tribes and accounts for nearly 16% of the population. According to reports, the federal government is planning to launch an all-out offensive against the NDFB militants, jointly by police, paramilitary forces and army in the wake of the violence.
At least 6 people were killed and many others were injured when a wall collapsed at the site of the Neelam Jhelum project in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir or POK. Islamabad is carrying out the crucial dam construction despite opposition from locals.
The accident took place on Wednesday at the construction site of the mega project, some 25 miles from capital Muzaffarabad. According to local reports, the accident occurred at Nauseri, the intake point of the project, when workers were installing a steel reinforcement between the descanter and main dam. Those killed included a Chinese engineer. 2 Pakistani workers were also injured. The Neelam Jhelum Dam is meant to end Pakistan's burgeoning power crisis. China, one of Pakistan's main allies, has sent thousands of workers to help with infrastructure projects in POK. Beijing had last month assured an investment worth $42 billion to Islamabad for its energy sector. Despite mounting anger from the locals, the Neelam Jhelum project is on in full swing and is expected to add an additional 969 megawatt of electricity to power-strapped Pakistan. The dam being built in a seismically active zone has, however, so far inundated many villages and farmlands, while thousands of people have been forced out to create catchment areas. Residents are claiming they will not get a fair share of the electricity generated here and added that the additional power generated will be transferred to Pakistan's main cities without them receiving adequate compensation.
Over 30 people were injured in a powerful blast in Pakistan's southwestern Balochistan. The explosion happened in a busy street in provincial capital Quetta late on Wednesday. Police said nearly 10 pounds of explosives used in the blast was strapped on a bicycle parked outside a hotel. A number of nearby vehicles were also damaged in the incident. Hospital authorities claim the condition of at least 2 of the injured continues to be critical. No group have claimed responsibility for the attack so far. World lightweight boxing champion Amir Khan has pledged support to Pakistan in the fight against terrorism. Khan also promised to help in rebuilding the Peshawar Army School, which was targeted by Taliban militants last week.
World champion British boxer Amir Khan arrived in Pakistani capital Islamabad on Wednesday. He said the visit was to lend support to the country, which is battling terrorism.
I've travelled to Pakistan despite security threats to prove that sport and education is the way forward. I'm willing to offer the government of Pakistan my support and the stakeholders. If they need any help, I'm here for them.
Khan also promised to auction his shorts to raise around $46,600 as funds to rebuild the Peshawar Army School. He had worn the shorts with a waistband made from 24-carat gold threading during his win against American Devon Alexander earlier in December.
The situation with the shorts are, we're going to auction them, and inshallah we raise some good money for it, and then I want to auction them to the APS school in Peshawar, where we can rebuild the school.
28-year-old Khan is a former 2-time world champion. He had also won silver in 2004 Olympics at the age of 17. His parents, who migrated to England, hail from Pakistan's Punjab province.
A Pakistani court on Wednesday sent Malik Ishaq, the chief of banned terror outfit Lashkar-e-Jhangvi, to 2 weeks judicial custody in connection to a murder case. The court order comes a day after he was released from a jail after spending 3 years inside it. The dreaded militant was allowed to walk free after Pakistan government decided not to seek an extension on his detention. The Jhangvi is a Sunni militant organization which has carried out a number of attacks on minority Shias and Ahmadis in the country. A rare collection of magnificent and colorful birds awaited enthusiasts at an exclusive exhibition in Bangladesh. Take a look at how these creatures gave a mesmerizing sight to the onlookers.
Drawing huge attention and much applause, a unique collection of exotic foreign caged birds enthralled people of Bangladeshi capital Dhaka. Starting from macaw of Brazil, cockatoo of Australia and lovebird of Africa, the exhibition presented around 80 species of beautiful feathered creatures. Scores of bird lovers who flocked the exhibition said it was a rare moment to connect with the natural world.
ঢাকায় আসলে পাখি দেখার সুযোগ হয় না আমার বাচ্চা পাখি খুব পছন্দ করে খুবই খুশি হয় তো যখন আমি শুনলাম এখানে বিদেশি পাখির একটা প্রদর্শনী হচ্ছে তখন আসলে আমি আর লোকটা সামলাতে পারিনি আমি বাচ্চাকে নিয়ে চলে এসেছি আমার বাচ্চা খুবই খুশি হয়েছে পাখিগুলি দেখে খুবই অন্যরকম পাখি দেখলাম আমরা
The visitors also got information about differentiation between a wild and a pet bird.
Here we have many birds, cage birds. They are macaw, cockatoos, Amazon parrots, African grey parrot. They are all cage birds. So don't please, we want to say, please don't keep the wild bird in the cage.
The event, which was a mix of fun and learning, also aimed at providing knowledge on pet husbandry and captive breeding apart from encouraging the hobby of pet keeping.
Amid mellifluous carols, aromatic cakes, decorated Christmas trees and a cheerful air, India sparkled in the festive mood. Take a look at how Christmas was celebrated all across South Asia on Thursday.
The harsh winter temperatures couldn't dampen the festive spirit as Delhiites stayed up until late in the night to attend traditional midnight mass ceremony. Churches in the national capital reverberated with hymns as priests performed rituals on the Christmas Eve. The festive spirit touched its crescendo in India's tourist destination, Goa. Hundreds flocked to the former Portuguese colony to celebrate Christmas and New Year with friends and families.
Nice here, pleasant and good. It's not the first time in Goa that we are here, but we've always been here, and it's very wonderful out of the place and out of the world.
The effervescent mood also pervaded in southern Vishakhapatnam. The city was abuzz with last-minute shoppers who thronged markets to purchase gifts, lights and decorative items. And the biting cold couldn't daunt the festive spirit in central Raipur too, as locals took to churches to ring in the Christmas.
बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. इनफैक्ट थोड़ी ठंडी है लेकिन बहुत अच्छा माहौल रहता है. और क्रिसमस एक ओकेशन ऐसा होता है ना कि मतलब जितनी ठंडी रहती है ना सारी चली जाती है. बस एक वार्म आ जाता है ना फीलिंग कि हाँ क्राइस्ट बॉर्न हो रहे हैं. सो लाइक बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है.
Eastern Siliguri also got drenched in a riot of colors as the city remained decked up for the festival. Christmas was not just confined to India also. Neighboring countries also revered into the festivities with much gusto. Over 400 worshippers in Pakistan's commercial hub Karachi took to prayers amid heightened security in the light of recent terror attacks. Christians, who have several times come under attack in Muslim-dominated Pakistan, prayed for peace and harmony.
मैं भी अपने अहले वतनों को और दुनिया को ये पैगाम देना चाहता हूँ कि सारी नाराज़गियाँ, दूरियाँ ख़त्म करके मेल मोहब्बत के साथ, भाईचारे के साथ ज़िंदगी गुजारें और यही हमारे लिए क्रिसमस का पैगाम है.
Bangladeshi capital Dhaka also marked the festival with solemn grace as Santa Claus kept the excitement going by thrilling children. Bangladesh is home to nearly 500,000 Christians. US forces based at Afghanistan's Bagram airfield also marked the festival with carols and prayers in the base chapel. People of different communities join in the festivities of Christmas, which sometimes extends to more than 10 days.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude the top stories once again. We'll follow zero tolerance policy against BODO militants, says India's Interior Minister. Pakistan to form special courts to try terrorism cases. And Christmas celebrations marked with fun and gaiety across South Asia. Now, viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Wish you a Merry Christmas and good night.